Welcome to YouTube's channel where we listen to your troubles.
What dangers wait couples in long-term marriages?
At first, get extremely bored with each other. To avoid getting bored with each other, I say you should have a lot of fun, beautiful moments and plenty of flirting with your husband or wife. I don't know how much men do this, but I say it because I trust you. I mean, it's always like, what are we going to eat? The neighbor said this. After a while, when the topics are completely unrelated to the world, the man says, come on, stop with this talk. I don't want to listen to this. Women ask me, what am I supposed to talk to him about? What should I ask? They ask these questions. I also say, follow all the current news. Men might not be as aware of the news as you are. Engage in social, educational topics, listen and converse, calm. If there are social conversations or educational topics, find them, seek them out, listen to music, share, and talk a lot. Calm his spirit so he doesn't come back to you angry and grumpy. When people get older, instead of becoming friends or buddies with each other, it often goes the opposite way. No sex, no conversation, play, none of that. After a while, the wealthy ones taken by the ladies. But if you say, no matter what he does, I don't want him to come to me, you're making a mistake. Talk nicely. How many years have you been married to your husband? How many years have you been his wife? Why do we like things? Why don't we like things? Start having conversations with each other. If you don't enjoy watching the same thing on TV together, whatever it takes to get another TV, one of you in one room and the other in another room. Oh, Ms. Silin, you're living apart. No, every now and then go sit next to your partner. Look at what he's watching. Oh, what are you watching? What's wrong with this? What do you think? Don't say that. Just, what are you doing? What's going on? I'm eating an apple. Should I bring you two? Do you want some coffee, darling? Would you like some tea? Every time you go, stay to one side. Get behind her. Touch your cheek or his shoulder. I mean, these are really nice things. That's what the years give you. You keep refreshing it. You get rid of the boredom. Both men and women should respect their partners. You should always present your best side in front of him. Don't stretch your legs. Show your soles to him, no matter how clean it is. Don't walk around in your underwear. Don't walk around with your hair all messy. What do you usually do during the time you talk to each other? A man gets on the internet out of boredom, and the woman isn't sitting across from him in an attractive way. Do we still have charm over the years? Yes, every age has its charm. Just because you've reached a certain age doesn't mean you should wear closed-off colors like browns, grays, and yellows. Make it more vibrant. Even if your hair is completely white, should be in a beautiful tone that suits you. Keep it very light. Do your makeup. What I mean is, we've aged, we've moved on, we've gotten into the grandparent stage, and this thought of it doesn't suit us is just not right. As long as you don't do this, and as long as you don't cut yourselves off from all kinds of social life, you can still call each other things like darling, sweetheart, my dear, my life, my sultan, etc. As long as you use words like these, you will never get bored. You can never, oh man, walk around with your eyes darting around like that if you're still young and young at heart. If you have a wife at home who, regardless of her age, is fit, well-dressed, cheerful, and greets you at the door with a smile saying, welcome, my dear, and who doesn't constantly talk about boredom or frustration, why would a man look elsewhere? But you might say, Ms. Silin, how can we do all this if we're not happy with our lives? You will do it. If you don't do it, life becomes a torment. Especially after a certain age in marriage, there's nothing left to rediscover. Sexuality isn't the same as it used to be, or it might not even exist at all. What are you going to talk about? What are you going to do if you can't do any of these things? What happens? Oh, come on with that stuff. Go ahead. Adjust it easily according to the money in your pocket. Oh, it's too late for us. Never mind. Have you ever said, how many years of my life do I have left? You burned yourself. Don't say that. How long have I been married? There's no such thing. Always prepare delicious meals. When these things happen, or lose your love for each other, everything stays as long as it's nourished and encouraged. Don't say, I've been married once, it came this way, and it'll go this way. Am I always the one who has to do it? It is clear what the male nation has done and what it will do. That's why I don't want anything from them. It's the woman who keeps the marriage going. I always say this,
Does the man being attracted to younger women perhaps indicate a lack of commitment in marriage?
What do they say? Whether you look or not, if you don't take care of yourself, and if you don't nurture the peace, love, excitement, and life of the person in front of you, what are they doing? In this remaining world, my life is already passing by, working, and I want to enjoy the blessings of love in the world. However, a person who loves and is content with their life, whether man or woman, definitely doesn't look outside, doesn't desire it, doesn't crave it, and doesn't necessarily want a young woman. Well, of course, he can't go to another old person in front of the old lady at home. If he has money, unfortunately, the various types of women around him are very desperate. But despite everything, they don't care about the appearance of being overweight, hunchbacked, or, being bald, wearing glasses, or any of that. How can I get this guy who's messing with my mind to marry me, get him to divorce his wife so I can enjoy his money, or maybe move up a class? They're thinking about this. Believe me, we're not talking about love or romance in any way. For them, an old man's sexuality is at a certain level. They have already prepared themselves for this. Their whole desire, as I said, is to rise to a certain level, especially if they have a child from that, oh, what a nice monthly income for a lifetime. That's their way of thinking. But the old man can't think about this. He says, they still like me at this age. Do you see? My wife at home doesn't have the slightest word of appreciation. For me, no gestures at all. She doesn't call me sweetheart, darling, or honey. This woman is putting me on a pedestal. She always looks well-groomed, beautiful, and attractive to me. He says, why shouldn't I taste this? Unfortunately, I want to say to the men out there that everything has a certain age. Don't just get up and take some pills to try to revive a lifeless part of your body. Don't drink certain things. Rely on them, or you'll end up in trouble.
Can we say that a dangerous consequence of long-term marriage is that men start to see their wives as servants?
There's no such thing. On the contrary, they become even more bonded. Until you get to that point in life, it's all about habits, kids, and making money. We are using our health against ourselves. But what I mean is, this isn't something that belongs to older men who only see their wives as servants. If a man doesn't love, he may belittle his wife, which is dangerous. Making someone feel inferior with insults is a bad habit. Saying things like, you're this, you're that, are you even a man? Look at others' earnings. Do you think you're special? Harms the marriage. When both sides exchange such words, the marriage is seriously ill. No matter what age a man or woman is, saying things like, you're this, you're that, are you even a man? Look at how much money everyone else is making. Do you think you're something special? When both sides start throwing such ugly words at each other, that marriage is already seriously ill. It's not just men who say these things when they get older, or only men say them. One of the most dangerous things, marriage for women, is age. Comparing, littling. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, or ask your questions if you have any.